All right, Facebook Live. I think we're live. YouTube Live. I think we're live. Are we live? We're coming through here. Howdy do, folks. Welcome to episode 8. It is Mother's Day Eve. It fucking snowed today. Sparky is still awake. Say hello to the fans. Come on, try to whore people for donations. Uh, Still enjoying your donations. Thanks for sending the loot. A couple things going on here. It is Mother's Day weekend. I made a special sign for Mother's Day that is not in the view of the camera. So I will rip it off here and show you this nice Mother's Day sign that I made for all the mothers. Happy Mother's Day out there. And also, uh, as part of the donation shout outs, is people were asking me to acknowledge mothers. So Ethan Kramer sent a donation of $10, and his mother that passed away last July. I wasn't gonna do Mother's Day salutes. Sparky didn't fly by. That was in tribute. That's pretty cool. Because it's a little sad and I have a little, it's a little awkward. But Ethan and his mother used to come to a lot of my shows. Now Ethan brings his nephew, who's only was 17. He saw me at Arts Quest. Um, One of the problems I have with uh, acknowledging mothers that we've lost is the wording. I don't like the phrase someone we've lost, mothers we've lost. That implies we should be out looking for them. That's what's going on there. So I don't like that. Um, but shout out to mothers we've lost. And if we're doing that on this note, I am thrilled that I am not a psychic medium because this room now would be filled with mothers that we've lost. And if you're really lost, uh, I would think if I'm a lost mother up there, I'd be screaming down, going, I'm not lost. I'm in heaven. Look up, you dumbass, for crying out loud. So I have a problem with this mothers we've lost thing. So we must find the balance somewhere between celebrating mothers that we've lost and not going so far as like Norman Bates, where you put on a wig and go sit in the window and Norman and just kind of yell at yourself. Um, Although that's my comfort level right there. So we've got Happy Mother's Day going on here. Also, I need to. I'm a nervous wreck. I got some weird shit going on here. I'll tell you about. Um, I must do a big shout out to Tanya Grove because last week when I was doing shout outs for donations, I stopped because they were getting too long, too many donation things, and hers was right on the next thing, and I can't even believe this. Tanya Grove and her husband, I don't know his name. I'm sorry, sent in a $100 donation. That is unfucking believable. This is for my birthday next week and the 29-year anniversary of performing stand-up comedy. So that's fantastic. We're going to do more donation shout-outs later on. Let's get back to Mother's Day. Also, I'm a little bit of a nervous wreck. I'm mic'd up. You see this? I got a lavalier mic on here. And I have another, there's a shotgun mic on the iPhone, lavalier on the iPad. And it came with one of these little fuzzy things. So I'm actually like a YouTuber. But if you see a peckerhead on YouTube and they have this fuzzy thing hanging there like this is for out fucking side. So they're just being assholes if they have this on and they're in the house. This is just a windscreen here. But so now, here's the thing with these microphones. I ordered them and they were stuck at FedEx in Northampton, stuck in like a COVID 19 holding cell with no delivery time whatsoever. The tracking information said the package has arrived in Northampton. This is about a week ago, and they said uh, estimated delivery unavailable. So it went on and went on and went on, and I finally went fucking nuts, and I called up the FedEx guy tracking number, and I was a little pissed off. And midway through the call, I had an epiphany or whatever the hell they call it. I felt sorry for the guy because everybody's package is lost. People are fucking shorthanded and they ship things and they just sit in fucking trucks with nobody to unload them. And I realized this like halfway through the call. And I'm like, I gave him the tracking number and he did a big sigh. Oh, I'm there. Then something flipped in my head. I'm there, dude, I know exactly where the package is. And he said, please tell me where it is. I said, it's somewhere, right? And then he laughed. He goes, that's actually pretty accurate. It's somewhere. But so now I've chilled out on my freaking out about shit. We're all going through a lot of shit here. So I got the microphones. I hope you can hear me now. Lavalier, tested. Shotgun mic, tested. We are, again, the Mother's Day edition here. I will share with you 2 Mother's Day stories because my mother and my mother-in-law, we lost them, I guess. That's what you say. Well, we're not looking for them. They went away. So, my mother was a real prankster. She used to torture the hell out of my father. And that was one of the pleasures growing up. The old man sat and stared at a coffee cup. My mother got a hymnal and sang to him for 1 hour. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Now, that's the only line she sang for 1 whole fucking hour. And here's the kick in the balls. That song wasn't even in that fucking hymnal. But she had my father nuts in a loophole, staring in his coffee, because he couldn't yell at her because she was singing from a hymnal. You see the comedic irony here. And then she's singing about 20 minutes. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Then he looked up and he glared at her and she goes, well, thanks for interrupting me. Now I gotta start again. So that's my mother. Oh, Christmas tree right there. Then my mother-in-law, who we lost. I should be out looking for her. I like that joke. I'm sorry. She was nocturnal. I was nocturnal. She lived on the other side of town. And this is like a generation thing. When people get scared, they would say, I heard a noise. You hear a noise in the house and you know what it is right away. You think it's got to be a fucking burglar, right? So when she heard a noise, she lived in a pretty big house by herself. She would call me up at midnight knowing that I was awake. And she didn't want to bother me, but I'm like, I'm awake. I'm happy to come over there and check out the noise. So she met me at the back door, and it's after midnight, and she said, it's probably nothing, but it could also be a serial killer. How you doing, Spark? You're interrupting a great story here. So I said, I'll walk around the back there and see if I can find the burglar. And she said, well, you don't have any kind of weapon, do you? No, it's an Amish thing. We don't have weapons. She's like, she smart mouthed me. She's like, well, I don't think shunning is going to work on a burglar. So here, take this. And she handed me a window screen. Now, I'm too polite to say this is the dumbest fucking weapon that there ever was. So I just rocked that thing. I took this window screen and I ka-chunked it. And I'm walking all this bitch ass. I'm like, all right, burglar, let me explain to you. I am armed with a window screen and I'm not afraid to use it. I will close that fucking window down on your head. And it must have worked because he went off. So shout out to the mothers. Happy Mother's Day. I think Mother's Day is kind of it's nice to tribute to mothers, but I think they kind of get dicked over because really there's brunch, and that's basically $45 for pancakes, and they put a little bit of cheap champagne in an orange juice and call it a samosa, but it's basically your $9 breakfast. They want to rock you fucking $45 for it. So they get dicked, and Mother's Day flowers also are kind of nice, but again, flowers are the extra thing. Flowers shouldn't really be the gift. And what pissed me off about Mother's Day and flowers is them fucking flower tents they have in the mall parking lot. So you're headed over to Mother's for Mother's Day celebration, and you didn't even have a fucking gift at all. Nothing. No fucking gift in hopes that you will hit a flower tent in the mall. That is a shitty gift where you didn't think things through, and guys would never put up with that shit for Father's Day. That's why there's no necktie tents around Father's Day, because we'd lose our fucking minds. You say, we're going over to see Pop, happy Father's Day, pull into the fucking necktie tent, and let's pick something up for him. Son of a bitch. And that's the other thing, too, if you're in this area that I'm in the Lehigh Valley, I don't think he's there anymore, but there used to be an escaped mental institution patient on the corner of 15th and Tillman, smoking cigarettes and selling flowers. Now, flowers are something that guys mostly buy when they're in trouble. When we fuck up, we got to go get flowers. That's right. So that's another thing. If you fucked up and you're headed to your girlfriend's house and you don't have flowers and you're hoping either the flower tent is open or the escaped mental institution guy is there on the corner so you can buy flowers, that's fucking assholish of us too. And also, if you show up and you don't have flowers, women are smart and they'll mock you. Say, what happened? Why don't I have any flowers? Traffic lights must have all been green, right, you motherfucker? So then women also can tell the difference between an FTD, forget-me-not bouquet, and some flowers that you bought at the fucking red light where the guy was sitting there smoking cigarettes. And if you deliver flowers to your girlfriend that smell like cigarette smoke, you should not be forgiven and you shouldn't get sucked off. Welcome to the Mother's Day edition of my show. Sparky joining in here tonight. That's pretty amazing. I'm going heavy on the notes here because I am a nervous wreck. Testing these fucking microphones out all day long. Ethan Kramer, I got him covered here. Tanya Grove, again, I have t-shirts now. There's a link on the Facebook fan page. It's the quarantine tour. So we got shirts there. I'll do donations later. I'm too worked up. Let me see here. Oh, I know what I was going to do this time. It's something that I never do it. I'm going to tell a few jokes. Stand-up comedian, never tell jokes. I'm going to tell some jokes. I asked for Facebook fans to post jokes on my page. And sorry, whatever you guys were posting, it was just kind of fucking dumb. One of them was one of my own jokes that I did last week, so I can't do that. I'm going to tell you a couple of jokes. Okay, there's these two Amish ladies, Sarah and Sarah, and they're digging taters. And they yanked out a couple of giant fucking taters. And Sarah 1 said to Sarah 2, wow, look at those, man. Those remind me of my Jakey. And the other Sarah said, is he that big? And Sarah 1 said, no, he's that dirty. That's a rim shot. See, one of the reasons I don't tell jokes, but that's a good, stupid joke. Another one, it's kind of a bad joke, is that this father took his son to the zoo, and this kid says to the old man, hey, Pop, what's that thing hanging down in between the elephant's legs? The old man says, well, that's the elephant's trunk. The kid says, no, the way in the back there, that way big thing hanging way down low. What's that? And then Dad was looking around, a little nervous. He goes, well, that's the elephant's wiener. And the kid says, well, that's weird. When I came here with Mom and asked her what it was, she said it was nothing. And the old man said, yeah, well, your mother's spoiled. Pausing for laughter. I don't even see the little laughing bubbles coming up on the screen there. This next one, I think I'm going to fuck it up because it's a visual joke and I'm plugged in. So if I move around too much, I will rip these wires right out of these fucking mobile devices here. And also, I've got my pirate companion on the thing here. But I'll try to tell this dumb joke. Man bought himself a new suit. He's walking across the street. Somebody said, hey, that new suit you just bought, it don't fit so good in the chest. Well, he was a little fucking pissed off, and he went back to the tailor. He said, hey, this new suit I bought, fella told me it doesn't fit so good in the chest. The tailor said, well, just pinch together like this, and then when you walk, everything will be fine. So he's walking around like this, kind of looking a little bit awkward. Then someone said, "Hey, that new suit you just bought, it don't fit so good in the ass, in the backside." Now he's pissed off, and he went back to the tailor and said, "Hey, now they said my suit don't fit so good in the ass." And the tailor said, "Well, don't worry, pinch that together, push that ass out like this, and you'll be fine." Now he's walking like this. And another fella said, "Hey, that new suit you just bought doesn't fit so good in the crotch." Now he is really fucking pissed. With his ass back and pinched together, he says, "Nah, this is a bunch of happy horse shit, Taylor." This new suit that you sold me don't fit so good in the chest. It don't fit so good in the ass. Now they're saying it don't fit so good in the crotch. Taylor says, "Don't worry about it. Just pinch that over, push that back, hack that up, and then walk like this here." Now he's walking like this, and he's all twisted, and he's walking across the street, and someone said, "What the hell is wrong with that man?" And the other one said, "I don't know, but doesn't his suit fit nice?" Son of a bitch. Here's the one joke I used to actually tell. There was an Amish farmer, got himself a tractor, and he's not supposed to have a tractor, and he fell off of it and got stuck in those rotary things, and then he bled to death. I wonder if the thing just froze. Did it just freeze? Sparky seems like she's judging me here. Episode 8. Gonna suffer bad reviews. Moving on to another segment here. Things I forgot from last week's episode. One thing I didn't really forget, but I thought of it. We were in Ireland. It was the weirdest thing there. I was telling you how nice the people were. Well, they don't have all the convenience stores that we have around here. You can't get fucking gas, petrol as they call it, at 3 o'clock in the morning in Ireland. So they do have convenience stores, but they close early. We found some gas. All right. So, and it wasn't automatic pumps. You just go over and hand the euros, and then go over and pump it yourself. And it was the old school ones where you had to fucking stop it yourself, right? Oh, so you have to stop that fucker yourself. I got 20 euros worth of gasoline, and I ran it over to 2013. And I walked back over, and I said, "I ran this thing over 13 cents." And he said, "Well, that's all right." Again, the fucking British accent. I can't remember the Irish accent. But he was surprised that I was going to pay this 13 fucking cents. And what else was weird was going on there was he was in a little box connected to a convenience store that happened to be closed. And the Irish are so nice. The ex-Peckerhead's friends were coming up, and it was kind of like curbside service because they would tell him what shit they wanted, and he'd leap out of this box and run around a dark store and grab shit, cookies for them and stuff in the dark, and they were shining flashlights and all that shit. And then he'd run back over, and it was like curbside service. Now, it's also important to remember that my stories don't really have a point or an end to them. Again, I forgot to tell you from last week. I was pissing and moaning about baseball, but Little League is the shit. I had so much fun watching Little League. My nephew was playing some serious ball, and he went right through the high school days, and he got to the point where they were playing for state championship. If they won, they go to state championship. If they lost, fuck me in a bucket of goo. But the parents get way more worked up about Little League than the kids. Anybody who plays Little League, take it easy, or your parents take it easy on your kids. They'll be in fucking therapy the whole rest of their lives. I was going watching those games for a couple of years, and the team was winning like fucking 27-0, and then it was the last inning, and they threw ball one, and the mom said, "Oh, that's it, we're done, we're fucked, we're going to lose." Settle the fuck down. Okay, so now we're at the championship game here, and the other team I think was mostly a man team, or they held the kids back so they could just get to the state finals. And the catcher was a real fucking pain in the ass. Every pitch, he'd appeal to the first baseman, wanting the first baseman to do that. It's the dumbest fucking thing. The ball would come in, and the batter would just twitch a little, then he'd appeal it. Everybody was getting pissed off. They were booing this fucking catcher, appealing all the shit. I happen to know the first base umpire. If it's Joe Adam from East Greenville, he had booked me for a fire hall show, and we were trying to put an end to this fucking catcher's bullshit. So I went down there after the third inning, and I said, Joe, he said, Raymond, this is amazing. I didn't know you were out there. I said, well, nice to see you too, but I've come here on business. You see, that catcher who's a pain in the ass, he's doing all these appeals. If you honor him one appeal and call one fucking strike, I'm going to spend the first 20 minutes of my show at your fire hall in November making a dick out of you. How about that? Sparky, now you can't. It's past her bedtime, but she's really a sweetheart, but she's hissing and hacking at me. Say good night. All right, so that's things I forgot to do last week. Little League, Mother's Day shout out, flower tent, necktie tent. We did that. Flower guy on the corner. Oh, here's something else I forgot to do last week. I was going to start a new segment called Hell Gigs, and I forgot to do that, so now we're going to start Hell Gigs tonight. I am going back to the heyday of the morning show with Bear Meeting Keith. They were on the diner tour, is what it basically was, and it was right here at Emmaus out there. So I was live at the diner tour. We were on the radio, and a call came in while we were live on the radio from the State Mental Institution. Now, Bearman picked up the phone while we were on the air. He said, Raymond, there's a call for you. It's the Allentown State Mental Institution. I was sure he was dicking with me, okay? I was absolutely certain he was dicking with me. So the Allentown State Mental Institution booked me for a fall harvest show at the State Mental Institution while I was on the fucking radio at the diner tour. Now, that doesn't sound like a hell gig, but it turns out the audience was mostly patients who didn't have a fucking clue I was there, and staff. So I ran a couple of tests. Like, if you never perform for mental institution people, it's a weird gig. Like, where's my schizophrenics? Any schizophrenics in the house? We're over here, we're over there. So I got to the point where I was thinking, these fuckers don't even know if I'm here or care. And there was a curtain much like this one. I said, doesn't seem like you fuckers even care if I'm here, so I'm going to run a test. I'm going to go behind that curtain and perform the rest of my show. And if you miss me, just cheer for me to come back. And the fuckers didn't miss me, and they didn't cheer for me to come back. I did it like the rest of my show from behind that fucking curtain. The punchline to that story is the Allentown State Mental Institution was eventually shut down for misuse of funds, of which I think some of them came to me. In the scope of things, that really wasn't a hell gig, but now we have the new segment, Hell Gig. That's in there. There we go. I've got some more shit to tell you about here. Okay. Yes, some of these things are blocks of material that belonged with other material. I was hooting and hollering a long time ago about S&H green stamps and all that shit, but I forgot a block of it. It doesn't seem related now, so I'll try to just squeeze it in here. It's my geezers, man. I love my geezers, but geezers, you gotta stop being afraid of the kids playing like Pokemon Go. They're walking around, and we have our geezers all upset, and they're like, their children are walking around staring in their phones. They're going to get hit by cars. Probably, but that will help weed out the herd. Maybe that's the big plan for things. Pow. Then we'll lose a few of my geezers who think that's dangerous. Actually played with dangerous toys. Far more dangerous than fucking Pokemon Go. Clackers. One of the most dangerous toys that there ever was. Clack, 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 clack. You could not win with clackers. You could only lose. When you didn't hear that clacking noise anymore, that means you took one in the eye or the nuts. Fucking game over. Never to clack, another clack again. Super Ball, another dangerous toy. Not these little pussy ones they have in a gumball machine. The first Super Bowls were a weapon of mass destruction. They were the size of a fucking baseball. And if somebody was chasing you wanted to kick your ass and you had a Super Bowl, you could stop fucking running. Say, dude, I'm not real good at this, but you're going to lose an eye or a nut. Something's fucking going down with this thing. And the Super Bowl was also a dangerous toy because there was a cartoon on the back encouraging kids to stand in the street and bounce that fucker over a house. And whoever invented the Super Bowl must be a rich motherfucker because that was a one-use toy. You bounce that fucker over a house, you go, fuck it, I'll never find it. Let's just go buy another one. And so that was a very dangerous toy. And then we had the bang caps, the big fucking cannons, right? They had big cannons there, and they had like them fuckers. And they had the fucking cap pistols. There was a little bit of clerical work on the cap pistols too. That's where the self-sticking stamp was invented. You boom, you just boom one, then you'd have to fucking stop and peel it off and pop in another one. So how did we solve that? You took a whole box of caps, put it on the sidewalk, and boom, you hit it with a big fucking rock. And there was always one of your friends, old One-Eyed Pete, who's a little too close in there, and nobody would warn him. So he's gonna fucking take an eye out right there. Oh, we gotta warn him. Don't worry, if his eye lights on fire, we'll just shake up a Dr. Pepper and waterboard that bitch back to safety. That one I might have told before, but in the context of this whole block, I didn't. One of the other most dangerous toys that we had was super elastic bubble plastic. It was a straw, and it was made of polyvinyl acetate, which is highly poisonous, highly toxic. And if you take that hit the wrong way, you are fucking sailing. Oddly enough, marijuana was illegal. So super elastic bubble plastic, dangerous toys. I thought that was probably funnier than it was. So now let's see here. Oh, t-shirts right here. There's a version of this that you can buy. It's a quarantine shirt. My good friend Clee, who did, that's me right there, he did this. He was one of my first friends when I left the Amish and I came here. He helped fucking corrupt me. He's also someone we have lost. That's a sad story for another night. But I'm going to tell you a couple of Clee stories and how he helped corrupt my youth. Now, and I'm not making any of this shit up. When I met Clee, he had kind of a 60s leisure suit vibe going on, which I found appealing because what the fuck did I know about clothing? It turns out it had a little kind of a geeky look to him. When I just started mocking him, dude, it looks like your mother buys your clothing. And he said, she does. Well, didn't I feel the dick? So he had on these big fucking heel shoes in the time when it wasn't cool to have these big heel shoes in there. We got to do something about them shoes, man. I'm starting to learn what cool is, and those shoes are not fucking cool. The problem is, I can't have a new pair of shoes until I wear these out. I'm like, there's no fucking way these will wear out. Just a heel like that, and it's like just a nice shoe. It's impossible to wear these fucking shoes out. But genius here, Amish, I had an idea. She had a big fucking station wagon, so we were driving through the parkway, so I put Clee in the front seat on the passenger side with the door open, and I told him to put his foot out and scrape his heel on the road. I would drive back and forth in the parkway and burn that fucking heel right off. And it took about 8 or 9 trips, 5-10 miles an hour, so we wouldn't kill us. And it fucking worked. It was absolutely a fucking genius idea. Then we had to do the left shoe. So he had to get behind me in the back seat, open the door, and put that left foot out, and then back. And then we did about 6-7 trips. And we were about halfway through the heel, and I looked up, and there was a cop in the parkway with the flashers on, and he said, okay, I can't wait to hear this story. This has got to be really fucking good. I can't believe that you're on drugs or alcohol because this is too precise of an operation. So then I told him what happened, and somehow he let us go. And the fucker wouldn't let me finish the shoe. So then Clee wound up with like, he had like a little peg leg thing going on. So there'll be more Clee stories coming out, and there was a couple other peckreds I used to run around with. So those stories are gonna float in and out of here. We got the diner tour, we got the geezers with the Super Bowl, we got the Clee artwork T-shirt. We got the cop story right there. Oh, another Clee story for you. For reasons I couldn't tell you, Clee's parents had an incredible tolerance for assholery. They were completely fucking immune to everything we did. And because we were assholes, we were hell-bent on trying to break them fuckers. That shows you what kind of jerk-offs we were. But they were very stoic. You couldn't ruffle their feathers at all. She said Air Products executive. So we went to Clee's house, and we put on his father's suits and stood on the garage, and we put a little coffee table out there, and Clee made us steak sandwiches. So we're on the roof of a garage that didn't have a patio. We were just up there like fucking idiots, waiting for the father to come home so he'd go fucking nuts and go, what the fuck is wrong with you assholes up there on the roof wearing my suits having dinner? What the fuck's wrong with you? So he comes home and he sees us and he walks by and he goes, hello, boys. What the fuck? As I said, my stories don't really have a point or an end to them, but that's Clee's story. He's my T-shirt artist. Oh, let's see. Oh, let's do another Clee story. There's another friend. He might be listening. Frank and Clee wanted to constantly go to New York City, and it scared the fuck out of me. They're like, "Come on, man, let's go to New York City. Let's go. Let's go to the big city." I just left Lancaster. Kutztown is the big city. I don't need to fucking go up there, man. So what we did, we went up to New York City a lot, and there was a peckerhead on our ass, road raging us, and he didn't have his fucking headlights on. And Clee said, I can take care of that. So Clee took the bottom of a Kleenex box, wrote something on it, held it up in the back seat, and the guy's lights went on, and he didn't fucking beep at us or nothing. And we're there, dude, what did you write on the bottom of that Kleenex box? And he held up the box, moron lights. Boom, roasted. More Clee stories coming up in future episodes. I'm going to throw that down here. Oh, I can't believe you fuckers are still with me. Episode 8. I'm probably going to lose some viewers after this. Oh, I might need notes for this too. Talked about this a little bit before. My wife loves the ghost hunting shows. I like them. I can be entertained, but I found one that I really like. Celebrity Ghost Stories. There was the most amazing episode. Terry Bradshaw, the big fucking football player, right? Rough and tough motherfucker, had a ghost, and it scared the fuck out of him. Nothing funnier than the big scary guy has the fuck scared out of him by a ghost. So, and this is another problem I have with rich people. This guy has all kinds of fucking money. So he has a 800-acre, 50-horse ranch, valued at about, I think I wrote it down here somewhere, something ridiculous, like fucking $10 million. So we're riding in, opening scene, rolling hills. He owns all this property, giant fucking mansion. There's a show barn that holds 10 horses. There's another barn that holds fucking 50 horses over there. And he's like, saying, you know, it takes a special kind of person to live out here like this. Yeah, it takes a special kind of person to suffer living on a fucking $10 million, 50-horse fucking ranch. I don't know how you do it. It's fucking amazing. I don't know how you do it. You got fucking people taking care of your fucking horses. You got a beautiful fucking blonde wife. I just don't know how you fucking live like this. Son of a bitch. It's driving me fucking crazy. So, he brings in the ghost lady. Now, he's a little afraid, and he tells a story, and the ghost lady, I think it's, Kim Russo. Kim Russo's the ghost lady, right? So now, big, rough and tough, hurting Terry Bradshaw, his beautiful blonde wife, Kim Russo, are in the fucking mansion, And he goes, no, the ghost rocks that chair back and forth, and there's nobody in it. And even Kim Russo's like, that's it? I mean, if you got a ghost that just comes in and rocks a chair, that's not too bad, is it? That's not too bad. Says, no, 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 there's more. There's another ghost upstairs. And I think it's a he, is really fucking scary. And then Kim says, well, let's go upstairs and see that ghost. And Terry Bradshaw was like, she's there. Are you too afraid to go upstairs and show me that ghost? And Terry Bradshaw's like, look, I can't be the first person too afraid to go upstairs and see that fucking ghost. So he, the candy ass pussy, wouldn't go up to see the fucking ghost. So Kim Russo and Terry Bradshaw's blonde wife went up there, and the ghost was up there fucking throwing shit around and going nuts and all this and that happy horse shit. And then it turns out that the ghost wanted to take over this house, and Terry Bradshaw travels a lot. And then Kim Russo said, see, the problem is that you travel a lot, and that ghost comes and wants to be man of the house. And Terry Bradshaw, dumb son of a bitch, goes, well, that's really good. He can take care of my wife while I'm traveling. And Kim Russo goes, no, you understand. The ghost wants to fuck your wife and doesn't want you to come back. And he's there, oh, that's bad. And the dumb son of a bitch was, you didn't fuck a ghost while I was gone, did you? Now they have another scene coming up, and she's has some sort of vision of like a lady Godiva on fucking horse, one of the horses. And does this mean anything? So the blonde lady, Mrs. Bradshaw, had a horse named Lady Godiva. So they went down and they drove down to visit this horse. And then as soon as it saw Mrs. Bradshaw, all the other horses went fucking crazy, ape shit, and went fucking nuts and trampled the fucking camera crew and all that shit. And Terry Bradshaw hopped in a Jeep and said, let's get the fuck out of here. And that horse ranch is now for sale for $10 million, complete with ghost. Boom, roasted. All right, there you go. I might have left something out, but there's Terry Bradshaw, Lady Godiva. You can buy the thing if you want. There'll be a little bit of water here. Let's see here. I don't hardly see any bubbles this week. There's probably nobody there, but at least I got new microphones and all that shit. All right, how about that? All right, so more stories from my past. Here's the thing. I love doing this. This has forced me to look over my 29-year career in stand-up comedy and try to remember stories and share them with you here. And although fame and fortune has escaped me, I've been enjoying a really fucking happy life and a nice career. But I've got some amazing stories to tell here. One of which was I used to do shows at Penn's Peak, an amazing, gorgeous barn theater. They're really nice to me. We parted on good terms. The casino fucked that place up as far as I'm concerned. But that was a big show for me. In July, I'd make a fucking shitload of money. And people that I love, fans up there, would be going like, okay, when is that show? And then I'd tell them, oh, that's bad. What do you mean it's bad? That's my second Saturday in July. That's my Penn's Peak week. That's what it was. And they said, well, we live up there, but that's the weekend of the big pig roast. The big pig roast. Is it the really big one, the one with the good sauce? Let me explain something to you. If you are a fan and you're supposed to come to my show, you need a better excuse than a fucking pig roast, all right? And you need an operation or some kind of weird shit going on. But I'm trying to be diplomatic. I'm trying to be nice. I'm there. Well, I'll miss you at Penn's Peak and enjoy the big pig roast. And then they said, even cocksucker said, it's right by Penn's Peak. So after your little show, why don't you swing on down to the pig roast? And I'm trying. I didn't have fucking prescription medicine or anything in those days, and I'm trying not to fucking go over the cuckoo's nest. I'm like, oh, thank you for that invitation. And little trolls in my idea, however, there's no fucking way I'm blowing off fucking the after party at Penn's Peak to go to fucking pig roast. I'm like, oh, thanks for the invite. I might take you up on that. So then, a few days later, I ran into somebody else when I was going up there, and they said, oh my God, we're so excited to see you Saturday night. I said, fantastic. Are you coming to the Penn's Peak show? Because I've had to be up there for something else. And he said, no, that's the night of the big pig roast. We heard you're performing at the pig roast. And motherfucker said you I was performing. I said I was going to visit the fucking pig roast, and them cocksuckers spread the word that I would be performing at the fucking pig roast. Slowly I turned, motherfuckers. I don't know why I told that story. I'll have to go into therapy now. Let's see here. All right. There's absolutely no cohesion to this show this week. I have notes. My notes don't even have fucking anything to do with anything. I just remember dumb shit and I'm telling fucking stories. That's what's happened there. Back in those days when I first started doing stand-up comedy and there was no internet and there was no GPS and there was no Google Maps, you had to get directions from the asshole of the place that you were going to, and that would be on the phone or they'd fucking mail them to me. And people would give you directions thinking that you lived in that fucking town. Well, it's right on Main Street. That's fantastic, but how the fuck do I get to Main Street? So I had a show, and this was around the Penn's Peak neighborhood, somewhere's up there, I don't know where, and I got really fucking lost, and I had to stop and get a fucking payphone. I'm telling this guy, I'm there, look, it says 13 lights. That's a lot of lights. Make a right at 13th light. The 13th light is fucking 10 miles out of the town that you told me this fucking show was in. And he said, no, that's the 13th light starting from the beginning of your trip. He put the traffic lights cumulative. This stuff is supposed to be funny, but I don't know. Well, unrelated story. One of the worst purchases I ever made in my life. I bought underwear 3-pack, $10, but I didn't read the fine print. There was no opening in the front for my junk to get out in case I had to make a wee-wee. Who the fuck would buy underwear with no escape hatch for their man junk, for the man who's absolutely sure he's not going to piss ever? There's no point to that story. I'm just a little fucking bitter that somebody took my fucking $10. Somebody feels bad enough, you can send me a $10 donation and we'll fucking take care of that. How about that? So there's that, which actually brings me to a good moment here when I think I'll try to read some donations here. Here we go. That'll drag the show down. It's fun for whoever donated, but for everybody else, it's like, fuck you in a bucket of goo. That was, like I said, Tanya Grove kicked in every week. Eva from Freeland, Pennsylvania, donated $50 and said, hope everything gets better for you soon. Keep them $50 donations coming in and everything will be just fucking fine. How about that? This is the wrong fucking list. Okay, here we go. Here's more donations, all right? $20 from Lakeland, Florida, from Roland Lane. Thank you. That was a nice donation. I fucking read these. I printed out the wrong fucking list. Now I'm going to have to do a special edition of donations next week during my anniversary show, which I don't want to fucking do because I printed out the wrong fucking donations. I don't just play the part of a dumb son of a bitch. I actually am one. Fuck me. All right, that's the wrong donation list. Here we go. Let's see. Here we go. That's not it. That's not it. All right. I'm a mess. There should be an intermission right now where I can recover from all this. So here we go. Let's get this. That's no good. All right. As I'm going through my notes, I found some shit that I don't even know what it is. This was a note that I had where apparently I had just done an appearance on the Bearman Keith show, and it was when I was losing money from snow. The amount of money that I've lost from fucking snow in this business is, you fuckers don't leave the house when it's going to snow. but this wasn't on the radio, but it was apparently a show day or two after the radio where I said, uh, for Bearman and Keith, I was just on there, and they gave me one too many snow closing announcements, and I went fucking Pulp Fiction on them. Like I just like Samuel L. Jackson there, up there, put the gun on a weird angle. I'm saying, say snow again, say snow again, motherfucker. I double dare you, say fucking snow again. There's no real punchline there, but again, that was my note. So here we go. Bump, 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 bump. All right. I hope you fuckers are having fun. This is really tough. It's really tough. I'm trying hard. I'm still pretty much of a nervous wreck, but I'm trying like a son of a bitch. I am totally all over the place tonight. Let's see. I'm stalling for some shit too. I got the anniversary show coming up, and I have some seasonal things that I'll be talking about after that, because there's going to be more episodes beyond episode 9. So fucking hang in there with me. Let's see. Oh, here's something I forgot to talk about before. This is more of a winter thing, but especially in Pennsylvania, riding around up there in the mountains is that the hillbillies, and that's my fans, and I love them, they get all liquored up, and they smack their trucks into deer, and these fuckers can't just say I got drunk and I smacked into a fucking deer. No, they blame fucking PennDOT. They need to fucking man up a little bit. You see, look, it's not my fault. PennDOT puts salt on the road, and deer love salt, and I gotta fucking kill them, and it's not my fault. See, deer don't like salt nearly as much as them drunken assholes would like you to believe. What's going on is that for that time of year, for the deer, it's mating season, and any guy out there will tell you they would happily walk blindfolded across 9 lanes of speeding traffic if they thought they could get laid on the other side. That's what's going on over there. Dude, you can't cross the street, you're gonna get hit by a Mack truck. Yeah, what's the chance I gotta take? Fuck me. Alright. Oh, here's one. Has nothing to do with anything here. This is about shit people believe. Let's see, I'll probably fuck this up because this is really an old bit. Somebody said that that thing, you know that thing a dog does where he drags his ass across the carpet like this here? The Mennonites believe that's a sign of a wedding. I believe it's a sign you're going to need a new fucking carpet. That's what that's a sign of. Fucking rim shot. This shit. I really should have made some attempt to have this be a little more cohesive. But fuck me if I gotta go. Let's see. Oh, more observations, and that's I can do in the safety of my home. You see a couple of peckerheads, and I mean this in a nice way. Biker killers on fucking Harleys, tear-assing down Route 309, and somebody, my friend, said, that is fucking badass. And I'm there. Yeah, it is, and it isn't, because you see 2 biker killers tear-assing down the road, and I see a planned mandate. Them fuckers didn't just accidentally merge on 309 North at the same time and form a little fucking gang. No, one of them fuckers texted the other one, hey, you want to take our bikes out? Hell yeah, I do. Woohoo! It's lucky that they can't beat the fuck out of me now. See, that's the thing guys do. They try to make whatever we're doing sound more awesome than it is. That's why we do a beer run to get a case of beer, because we don't want you to know that we're shopping for beer. Stuff is so bad. There's a pattern here. Clearly, I'm padding this episode to save my good shit for the fucking anniversary one. Don't fucking judge me. I got notes here for material that I should rewrite, but I won't. A thing that pisses me off is I don't like the way black hats and beards are portrayed in film and television. The black hat always means it's a fucking bad guy. That's the thing. You got a black hat, that's a fucking bad guy right there. Fuck you in a bucket of goo. And the beard is one of those things that they grow when they just fucking quit life. They just fucking give up and they go, fuck it. And they stay home and they drink and they grow their fucking beards out because they quit life. And their friends show up at the house and they bring razors and shaving cream and shit. And they go, you look fucking like an old Amishman. You gotta fucking get back in the saddle here. You just gotta fucking shave this thing off and fuck you with your sign of weakness and just fucking quit life. And then when they have their turning point in the story, they play the Rocky music and they fucking do that bitch ass stare in the fucking mirror and they shave that motherfucker off and suddenly they're back. Fuck you. This look means I'm back right now. I'm fucking back. Boom, roasted. All right. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, here's one. Here's one we all do. This is like a fucking ADD, OCD, MOUSE show. We do this. You're sitting around, people probably do this now. You're not even eating anything or drinking anything at the time, and you just start to choke on nothing. You're just out of nowhere. You're fucking choking to death. I'll do it now just because I did a fake choke. And you're hacking up and you can't speak at all. And asshole people in the room go and ask you fucking questions. And you can't answer the fucking question because you're choking to death. You're over there hacking away and they say fucking stupid shit. Like something go down the wrong tube. That's the dumbest fucking thing they could possibly say because the implication is that something was in your throat, in your mouth, and it made a bad fucking choice. And it could have picked this good tube where everything would be happy, but said, no, let me fuck this guy up and dive down this other fucking tube, and that'll sure fuck him up. Again, I think some of this stuff is funnier than it is. Something went down the wrong tube there. Son of a bitch. All right, wrong tube here. All right, black hat, boom roast. Oh! I like this story. 29 years is stand-up comedy. I've been doing radio ever since. In those 29 years, I have only dropped one Alexa, quiet. That's actually probably was the longest hour in the history of these live streams. But I got a story here for you. I only dropped one. Alexa, stop! Such command. Do you feel rude when you yell at Babumsa? I felt a little rude there. I'm sorry, Babumsa. I only dropped one F-bomb in the entire history of my career on the radio, and it was not on WZZO. I was on film location for Richer or Poorer. I was scheduled to do a phone-in for an Ohio radio station, and I whipped up some new material, and it was 7 o'clock in the morning, and I shouldn't be up yet, and I'm in the hotel room, and I'm walking around naked with the underwear that didn't have this thing for the man junk to get out, and I was wailing away on the phone there, and I said, fuck you, on the phone, and they said, whoa, did the Amish guy just drop an F-bomb? And I'm there. First of all, I don't spell it like that. The word that I said is spelled F-Q-U-E-C. It refers to the space in between an Amishman's upper lip and his nose where the mustache should be. And it's not my fault that your dumb ass of a tech guy was a little slow on the delay button and figured, well, the Amish guy's on. Fuck it, I'll just go have a cigarette break. So don't fucking blame me. But that's F-Q-U-E-C. And the dumbass has said, is that true? And they're, well, you better be able to tell the FCC that you believe that it's fucking true when they ask you why the Amish guy said, fuck on there. I gotta go. Let me know what the fine was. And if I can help out a little bit, I'll hit you with the bake sale. This show was mediocre. Don't fucking bust my balls. My hour is up. I'm a little preachy here. Let's see. Thanks for tuning in. Next weekend is a very big weekend for me. It is the 29-year anniversary. It'll be my birthday show. I really love doing this. And we have two choices to make right now. We are really fucked. And what we have to do right now is you got two choices. You can be that evil asshole who posts smack on fucking Facebook and tells everybody what we should be doing and fuck the governor and we should be open fucking Pennsylvania and all this and that shit, and you don't help no one. Or you could understand that we are all fucked together and do whatever you can do to try to make your life happier and the lives of people that you care about. This live stream, mediocre as it is, was my attempt to make the lives of my friends and fans better, as well as myself. Thanks for tuning in. I love you fuckers. Buy t-shirts, send money. Next week's show is gonna be all fucking material. I'm not even gonna beg for fucking money. I'm gonna fucking just try to have a fucking normal show. I love you. I'm going. I gotta turn this shit off. And happy Mother's Day. Thanks for tuning in. See if I can turn this shit off.